Hey, Mark Danaher here. I want to talk to you today about a critical aspect of our lives, and that is really the integration of wellness and self-care into our work days. Think about your average day. You go in, you get set up, you have your agenda, an emergency happens, there's so many different demands on you and what you're supposed to be doing, and then a critical piece, a manager calls, and all of a sudden you are reprioritizing everything that you have to do. And that leaves us feeling overwhelmed, stressed. So it's essential that we prioritize our well-being amidst our busy schedules. Look, the importance of wellness at work is well documented. And I want you to think about wellness isn't just about what happens outside of work, right? It's vital during those 8 or more hours at work that we spend at our desks, in our office, away from our friends and families, that we have to figure out how do we incorporate wellness and self-care practices to lead to a more productive, less stressful, and fulfilling workday. So let's talk about some ways that we could easily add wellness in at work. One is really some desk exercise and stretches. I mean, simply, if you are sitting all the time, right, stand up, stretch. Amy Cuddy talks about, presence and getting the blood flow moving. Do the same thing, reach out, get into that power pose so that you're getting your blood flowing. That's gonna be an important part that's gonna help you be more creative, more productive, and happier. It's also gonna get your body moving. The other part that I have that has really changed the way that I work is that I bought a stand-up desk. So right now I'm standing up, I have it up at the 3rd level that I want. But then there's times I can sit. So there's a good mixture of what I'm doing during the day. The other part is you could easily do some simple leg stretches. You can even do push-ups off your desk, depending on the type of desk you have, but you just need to move. If your shoulders are bothering you, pull the stretch back, hold it, just, be careful. If you've had prior injuries, you wanna make sure you're careful of that. But if you build some different exercises in, even just walking to the water cooler, to the water fountain, just get up and walk, stretch your arms out, do something so that you take a 5-minute break. Part of that also, that self-care wellness gets into time blocking. 45 minutes, 10 to 15 minute break. Get up, move around, go see someone, do those things, listen to music. It's important in order to keep your work wellness in play, but also to keep your outside wellness in check. The other part is think about breathing routines. Breath exercise is very easy to do, and mindfulness is a powerful tool. And basically, if you think about some of these breathing techniques, they could be even as you breathe in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just do that over and over. You could do a minute or two of just in and out breathing, focused on your breath. It will help calm you down and get you back in place, which I think is an important part. If you're always just running, and you're not taking time to take those breaks and mentally focus and reset, you're not gonna get anywhere. The other part is make sure you hydrate. It's very easy to not have your glass with you or your bottle. Make sure that you're hydrating, right, throughout the day, and that you're having healthy food choices. That makes a huge difference in what actually happens. Because if we have the proper hydration and we have the proper food, now look, you want a cookie, you want to get a snack, that's great. But if all you're having is sugary snacks, you're having carbs all the time, you're gonna crash. So you wanna make sure that you have a good mixture, fruits, proteins, different things, so that also will give you energy depending on how you eat them. So watch that makes a big difference. If we figure out those pieces in terms of having the proper hydration and the food, it's really gonna ensure that you're fueling your body for optimal performance. That makes a big difference. And the other part is boundaries and time management. When people started working from home, boundaries disappeared, right? Because you can get calls at any time. You have to run to the computer. You have to have that break. One of the things that I stress if people are working from home is set up a routine in the morning that you go to work, whether it's to walk around your block, whether it's to have a cup of coffee, and at the end of the day, have the same type of routine that shows that break and boundary. That's an important part, because if you don't balance it out, you can be working 24/7 and you don't want that. So it's important that you take time to set up your time management, which talked about the time blocking, but also boundaries. Boundaries are a key to keeping you well at work and at home. And then the other part is think about how you wind down after work. What are you going to do? Are you going to go for a walk? Are you going to work out? What are those things that will help you disengage? A lot of times I listen to a podcast or I listen to an audiobook. So it just depends on what works best for you. And I think that's the big things you want to think about. And then think about, if you're working for a company, how companies can contribute to your well-being, right? Do they have different things that you can access? A lot of companies now value and put high propriety on wellness and self-care. So they may have a sleep pod. They may have a place where you can go and sit and relax. They may have a gym. Right, I was working at one company and you could get an extra half hour if you ran or walked at lunch. Right, so that's an awesome opportunity. So see what's available. So in the end, look, wellness, self-care have to be our priority, both at work and home. Incorporate small mindful practices that you can enhance your overall well-being. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with who you think might benefit. And here's to a healthier you at work and at home. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.